let's flip a coin. Heads Carolina, tails California.
Hello, Sandy Graham of Hobo Traveler. Sanford wrote a question: can a woman travel safely in Africa like you? Oh, I need to tell you, I'm in, it's about 6 o'clock in Dapong, Togo, West Africa. It's sun's just rising, and I'm trying to get this done before I cook because I just moved here yesterday. The sun will come up, it'll get more awkward, right? But setting up a place like this is difficult. Can a woman travel safely in Africa? You know, there's 53 countries here, so that's not, I mean, Morocco's different than Egypt. Egypt's part of Africa. Libya's part of Africa. The only places I know that are really probably off limits in a simple way is South Africa and maybe those countries around there, because South Africa's got to be one of the most dangerous places on the planet. But you got 53 countries, and that's kind of a large question. As far as traveling in the Togo, Benin, Ghana, Niger, there's sections of Africa, right? So you have like this Togo, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Burkina Faso, Benin, Niger area. That's like a corner. That's for sure safe. I would say, you know, the Senegal is like a female sex tourism place, so, in the Gambia, so I guess you'd say that's safe. I don't know about Sierra Leone and Liberia, it's Conakry, all that area. Obviously, Egypt's aggressive. That area, Libya is probably off limits. That's outside your imagination, really. You have Kenya and Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, all that area, Ethiopia. That's about the same as West Africa. The most dangerous part is South Africa. So I would say no for there, okay? But it's not from knowledge, it's not from experience. I have no desire really to go to South Africa unless, I mean, it's like expensive. I mean, Senegal and South Africa are your pain in the butt places, right? Senegal is extremely expensive and nothing to do. But they've overlaid it with this modernization, which is not. I mean, there's sewer running in the street in Senegal. And they act like it. In Mandela, I mean, South Africa's got to be one of the most dangerous places on the planet. If you 20% AIDS, all the statistics, just the carjackings, everything. People talk about having their personal bodyguards. They live in their compound houses. They actually have a car that blows flames out the side to get a car away from you. I mean, but the reason why people go to places is because they speak English, right? And it has nothing to do, and you have all these Germans, Dutch, and which other cultures were there? British that went there and settled it, and so they're going to a place where they already know, but it doesn't mean it's safe. Nelson Mandela did not clean up this place. Okay, so how does a woman travel safely in Africa or anywhere on the planet? Let me tell you, the biggest reason why women get in trouble is because they flirt with the men, they tempt the men, they bring the guy back to their house, and they don't put out. Bottom line, you don't do this. Costa Rican, many girls in Costa Rica get raped. Mexico, rape all the time. And it's your own fault 50% of the time. I don't know about Mexico. Mexicans are really bad. But yeah, don't flirt with a guy without going to fruition. This is not America. You can't play that evil game you play in America. You have to either have sex or don't do it. This idea of sitting there leading a guy on, especially if you got him to pay for the drinks, is just suicide. Now, Africans have an extremely tight community. Any small community on the planet is safer than a big city. Anonymity is your violence. Okay, so basically, if you want to travel in Africa, the bigger the city, the more dangerous it is, and anything after 10 o'clock at night, but the whole world wants to go out, party, drink all night. That's not safe anywhere on the planet. And anything after 10 o'clock at night, you kind of get what you deserve in life. Okay? If you want to keep it in the morning, keep it during the daytime. But if you want to go out party, do drugs, any of that kind of stuff, you're asking for it. Okay? I don't think anybody deserves to get raped. I don't think anybody deserves to get killed. I don't deserve, but you do put yourself in harm's way. So anywhere on the planet after 10 o'clock at night, you better be getting back to the hotel and at least drinking and partying, getting drunk inside the hotel, not out in some bar at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you want to do that nightlife stuff, 3 o'clock in the morning, you can, but you're in harm's way. So the minute you get drunk, your facilities are down, whatever. So alcohol is your big problem, drugs are your big problem, and then you got most of the planet. The girls have these, I call them Klingons. They do it to me. The men come up to me and they want to cling on to me, be my best friend, and they speak English. You know, French country, a guy that speaks English has one reason to speak English, because they want to get into me. They get some common ground, and they want to take advantage of their English speaking. If the guy, I go up to the person, that's different than them coming to me. A person coming to me normally wants something. They have an agenda, whether they're going to sell it. But a man coming up to a girl is probably your worst choice. So basically, it's all about sex, guys. Girls, you approach the guy that you think is good. If the guy approaches you, you're probably shit out of luck. Okay, traveling between cities. This is a macho community. So what's funny is Africa, South America, Central America, and well, not so much Central America, but South America and Asia, they have a lot of respect for women. And because it's kind of a macho, they think they have to take care of the women. And you can use that to your benefit. You adapt. You don't, whatever you do, don't think everything's like America and all the rules to it. This idea of opening doors and do it, even though it's patronizing, it also is a benefice. It's French, I think. I'm getting older, so guys will call me Papa, and they'll take care of me like they need to do, carry my bags and all these things. There's times when this is helpful, and you don't just deny it across the board. If somebody wants to take care of you getting in and off the bus, help them, but don't make sure they're not stealing your bag. Central and South America, they'll run away with your bags and steal it, so you always keep your hand on your bag. In Africa, they're very safe, a small community. I've never really heard of a rape here. I've never heard of much violence. They'll actually kill each other in Togo. If you steal something, they'll actually tie them up, burn them, and kill them. This is like Thailand. This is safe. Okay, now each one of these countries is separate. The English countries are more dangerous than the French countries. I don't know why. Nigeria, the clever guy. Keep your eyes open for clever. And everybody likes clever because it's almost it's like a rush, right? When you're talking to a clever guy. But clever, obviously, working, having a job, working in the day is your ideal person. But traveling between cities and stuff in Africa is real easy for girls. But you should always be leaving at 6 in the morning and arriving before 2 o'clock. It's the same for the men, though. But I mean, arriving late at night as a girl is anywhere on the planet. Come on, get a life. And this is always the same. And if you travel between 6 o'clock in the morning and sunrise and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you always arrive and you get your hotel. Boundaries. Don't talk with people. Put up your hand. They want to get you in a conversation. Don't reply to conversations. Just wave at them, shush them, but body language. Don't get into conversation with people. Don't let people follow you back, and learn how to get a bodyguard. Obviously, anywhere on the planet, you can find groups of people, and you can make trips. High-speed travel through Africa for a girl is probably complicated. For a man, it's complicated. If you walk into a hotel and you don't feel safe, find a new hotel. But you're supposed to be there before 2 o'clock in the morning. The more expensive the hotel, anything over about $20, and you're going to get these men in these hotels that think they're special, that think they're rich, and think that they have the right to demand that you talk to them. So that's one reason why I always stay in the cheaper hotels anywhere on the planet, because the rich people think they have the right to demand that you talk to them. Outside of a 5-star hotel, there's people that prey on you. They stand out there, they wait on you. That's the taxi driver, the guy standing there, the concierge, the reception guy. They all know that you're stupid. So the wisdom, they know you're smarter when you're staying in a cheaper hotel, even though you don't have to be smarter, right? But one thing good about most cultures is give them a command. Stay away. But learning boundaries is a tough one for everybody. So can a woman travel safely in where I'm at right now? For sure. Much safer than Central and South America. And Asia, probably about the same. Europe, it's probably safer here than Europe. But, this is West Africa, East Africa. Uganda, Kenya, about the same as here. South Africa, Central Africa, that's a different thing. You're probably not going to imagine it. Egypt, I mean, you do have this Muslim concept that all Western women are easy. And they are compared to Muslim girls. But, it's all about being able to realize when you're flirting. Some girls just think they have the right to flirt and not put out. Don't do that. That's extremely dangerous. And after 10 o'clock. Central and South America are much more dangerous. There's so much more theft. And they're much more liable to just come up and high power you and take all your stuff. So that's where you got to be much more careful in a way than West Africa. We have this. The worst thing that happened to West Africa, or all of Africa, is the blackmail in the United States. The violence in the black culture in America and the culture of rap and stuff is overlaid here. It's a different culture. It's not the color of their skin. It's the culture you're going into. The worst thing, that's what happened to black. But Mexicans, yikes, dangerous culture. Guatemalans, good culture. One of the really weird things is they think that they can go to Buenos Aires and be safe. Any big city is dangerous. And there's this glamour. It's like somehow there's glamour about New York City, but it's one of the most dangerous places on the planet. Any big city is dangerous. So try to figure out how to fall in love with small, and then you're always going to be safe. Obviously, 2 girls is better than 1 girl. 3 girls gets to be awkward because you have one of these persons that's a nitwit. But 2 girls can come to an agreement. So 2 girls is a good way to travel. 3 girls is kind of a stupid way to travel. And you can sit in a hotel. If you want to go slow, you can sit in a hotel and wait until somebody comes along. Get a Lonely Planet. Don't use the internet. Lonely Planet, and find the popular with the backpackers, or get the Peace Corps people, and figure out where the huddle. If you find the huddle, the backpacker huddle, now not the party people, but the people that are huddling that are going 2 or 3 countries, they're disappearing. They're all becoming flashbackers. Do not use TripAdvisor. Dangerous. Use Lonely Planet and Rough Guide and Footprints and these books, and figure out which hotel in the city has the most backpackers. Hang around there until you can couple up with somebody that's making the onward journey, and that's your way to do it. High-speed travel is always high-speed danger. Slow travel is always safer because it gives you time for your instincts to kick in. Okay, Andy Graham trying to talk about women. If you want, ask me a question. I'm a man, I'm not a woman, but asking very specific questions I did learn one time that supposedly you're supposed to bring this feminine stuff to Islamic countries. You know, you may want to bring a lot of extra tampons and all this kind of stuff to these places. I don't really see those things sold. Don't know how they deal with it. But Africa's a little different there. But generally, don't flaunt what you have. And this Islamic thing of needing to cover and stuff is sort of, I've never really seen it that much. I mean, I've been in some heavy-duty Islamic countries, and yeah, they're more passive, but they don't just do it. But truly, if you want to plan a trip, just buy some consulting. Pay me $50 for an hour, and I'll write you a bunch of emails along with that $50 an hour for 1 hour, or $35 for 3 hours, and I can sit there and target you and talk with you and help make you save money and do it the right way so that you're safe. But it's, you know, there's 253 countries on the planet. It's a really broad question. Okay, Andy Graham in Togo, West Africa.
Tonight, let's flip a coin.